everyone, my name's Sarah Palo from Sarah Palo Parisian Couture, and most of you have taken classes with me, or you're going to be taking classes with me soon in the near future. So I'm just going to go over some of the really kind of starting stitches and how to start and how to stop. This is the first thing that you learn in the class, but sometimes you need a little refresher if you're new to it, or if you took my class a few months ago and then you put it to the side and forgot to practice like I told you to. So this is just a kind of a little refresher, couple of videos to get you back into it and back in to really kind of regaining that muscle memory that you need to work this stitch. So if you have any questions or comments after the video, just send me a message or post them in the comments below, because I like everyone to see the different questions so that we can all learn from each other. Hopefully this helps. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your thread, and your thread is going to be underneath of the fabric. And you're going to take your needle, and don't forget, screw is always facing the direction that you're going to be stitching. So you're going to put your hook straight down into the fabric, and the first thing you're going to do is pull up your tail. Okay, so you're going to create a tail just a couple of inches in length. And a lot of my students prefer to use just a little pin just to hold it in place. But if you've mastered it already, then you can just hold on to it with your pinky finger. So first thing you're going to do to start a line of stitching is create your first knot. So you're going to bring your tool down just a couple of fibers up from where your tail is coming up through the fabric. You're going to put your tool down straight through into the fabric, screw facing the direction that you're going. So we're going to go one away from us, two towards us. So first one away from us. My thread underneath is coming from the back of my needle. I'm going to bring it round once counterclockwise, turn my hook so that the screw is now facing the ceiling, and out of the fabric I come. Now I'm going to do two stitches towards me. So screw facing towards me, because that's the direction I'm now going. Go straight down into your fabric. Your thread should still be always coming from the back of your hook. You're going to wrap it round counterclockwise, turn your hook. It's hard to do it in slow motion, and out you come. So again, one more towards you. Go down through your fabric, wrap your thread counterclockwise, turn your hook, and out you come. Always remember that the screw is facing the ceiling when you're pulling it out of your fabric. Okay, and that's it. And then you're ready to start stitching. Off you go. So remember, it's one away from you, two towards you, and off you go. Now, when you get to the end and you're done your stitching, just do a small stop stitch. What I mean by that is just a very small stitch close into where the last stitch is that you created. And you're going to pull up a loop. Once you have your loop of thread, you're going to take your tool and you're going to go down through your fabric, close into where your last stitch was, just a few fibers away, and you're going to do a normal stitch as if you always would, but this time when you pull up, you're going to be pulling with your hand underneath and your hand on top to create that knot. Pull back and forth to tighten it up nice and tight. And again, I've got my big loop of thread. I'm going to go down, do just a regular stitch, out I come, and when I come, I'm pulling with my hand underneath and the hand on top. And one more. 3 times you want to do this. Go down, around, pull out your tool, and as you pull out, my hand underneath is pulling as is the top thread. And then just snip your thread, pull out from the bottom, and you're all done. Hopefully that brings back what you have learned in class. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. Thanks! So now we're going to talk about just the basic chain stitch. This is the stitch that you need to master to be able to do any of the other versions of it. So always keep in mind your screw is facing in the direction that you're going, and when you pull it out of the fabric, your screw is always facing the ceiling. Something also to keep in mind is when you're trying to get it out of the fabric, always make sure you're applying a little bit of pressure. What you're doing is you're trying to separate those fibers so that the hook part can come out and glide out smoothly. So to do just a regular chain stitch, you're going to do your starting knot first. So one away from you, two towards you. And again, just put your hook down straight into the fabric, screw facing the direction that you're going. You're going to bring your thread counterclockwise around your needle, then turn your hook counterclockwise, and out you come. Okay, again, down into the fabric, turn your thread counterclockwise around your needle, underneath the fabric, turn your hook counterclockwise, screw facing the ceiling, and you can see that my hook is on a bit of an angle, and that will help get your hook through the fabric a little bit more easily as well. So down, around, turn your hook out. Down, around, turn your hook, and out you come. So really, really simple. It just comes down to muscle memory and practice, lots of practice. And if you keep that in mind, then it'll go a long way. Always remember down, around, turn your hook, out you come. Again, if you have any questions or comments, just leave it in the comment section below. Thanks, everyone.